What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to Canadian soldiers guarding the king. So, from what I understand about this, recently, Canadian soldiers traveled all the way to England to take over the responsibility as the king's guard. So it says here that this is the third time in history that a non UK unit has taken over the duty of the king's lifeguard. So it sounds like this is a pretty big deal. But, as an American, I don't know very much about this British royalty and King's Guard stuff, so I thought this would be pretty cool to take a look at and see. So let's take a look here.
Canadians gearing up for a very British role. For just the third time in history, a foreign nation will take over duties as the King's lifeguard.
Wow. Lifeguard? Why do they say it like that? Lifeguard. Is there some kind of swimming pool involved here? Okay. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop with the lifeguard jokes. Obviously, this is... there seems to be different kinds of king's guards from what little I understand. There's people who are on horses that are outside of the palace. There's probably guards that are inside of the palace next to King Charles, protecting him when he goes places. I'm not exactly sure what the Canadian Army did specifically in this instance. So let's see.
The UK's Household Cavalry Mounted Regiment passing on the role to Canada's Lord Strathcona's Horse.
Oh my goodness gracious, look at this. Okay, this kind of answers my question. So it's usually this cavalry unit here, and then this is the Canadian stand-in? Wow, look at these uniforms. Are these Canadian? Or are these British? You would think Canadian soldiers would, is this some kind of traditional Canadian uniform? Because this looks really British to me. Not that I know that much about this stuff, just pictures I've seen. But yeah, I'd like to know if this uniform is, I assume it is Canadian.
Cavalry Mounted Regiment passing on the role to Canada's Lord Strathcona's Horse.
Oh.
Gearing up at London's Hyde Park Barracks, this tank regiment last took on the King's Lifeguard role back in 2000 as it turned 100 years old.
Wow.
The dual...
So, I'm sorry, I have a lot of questions about this. Is this something that Canada can be called on to do whenever it's necessary? This happens, every so often, 3 times now, where there are there's a Canadian horse regiment that's kind of ready to step in and take on this duty if it's necessary.
Dual role personnel are now set for 10 days of ceremonial duty.
10 days?
Taking watch outside Horse Guards as they celebrate a 125th anniversary.
Wow.
The regiment was founded in
There
1900
they are.
by Sir Donald Alexander Smith. It was the Lord Strathcona and Mount Royal. We were founded to go over to the Boer War and assist the UK in the conflict there. From there.
Whoa, we got some serious history going on here. This is Captain Tom Lauterbacher, part of so this is called, for Canada, this is the Strathcona Mounted Troops. So this is specifically some kind of Canadian mounted, which, Canada has the Mounties, the RCMP. Is that connected to this at all? Because obviously is that a coincidence that everyone is riding horses? I don't know.
To go over to the Boer War and assist the UK in the conflict there. From there, we received the King's Colors on the way on the return.
Cool.
As well, we've been in World War I, World War II, Korea, several NATO and United Nations missions, also Ukraine, Afghanistan, and most recently Latvia as well.
Jeez.
So the troop has been practicing the entire year to make sure that we're prepared for this. It's an absolute honor. Every single soldier has been thinking about this, preparing for this moment to come over here and showcase our skills.
Oh, so this is really largely, it seems like a ceremonial type of position, where this is a very specialized group of Canadians who need to be able to ride horses, obviously, but maybe carry out other ceremonial duties and know how to properly do it in the British traditional way.
Show off our unit in the UK.
Yeah, that's cool.
For me, it's a dream come true, but also to be able to take part in such an honorable event is mind-blowing for myself.
That's really cool. You know, as Americans, we often forget or don't know about the relationship that still exists between Britain and Canada, and this obviously demonstrates that.
The public will see new faces on top of the same horse.
Is this guy okay? Is this a... I hope this is a mannequin. This guy, because this guy looks like dead. Why is the hat over his face? What's going on here?
New faces on top of the same horses.
We have brought 24 riders, plus myself and another senior military representative. We have taken the King's Lifeguard horses. They are significantly bigger than our horses. Their brass breastplates is a big one. You won't see our soldiers wearing that. We have our red tunics, kind of goes back to our heritage and our history.
Thank you, Canadian soldier man. Thank you. Do you have a name? Peterson. So he's saying these red uniforms that I was wondering about earlier, these are traditional sort of Canadian military uniforms. Very, very cool. Gosh, they're using the official King's Lifeguard horses. If you're like part of this Canadian mounted horseback riding traditional troop, I can see how this is like a really, really cool, huge deal. To actually go to like England and substitute in for like the British King's Lifeguard and use their gigantic horses, and it's really cool.
Gold buttons.
And obviously, like, part of me is thinking, here in America, you know, given our history and how long we've been around, we don't have a lot of like, we don't have traditional stuff or castles or uniform like. Stuff like this, or really a connection to Great Britain in this way. So this is kind of cool for me to see this side.
As well, you're going to see green trim. You'll see our brass helmets with the plumes.
Yeah.
As well, our riders carry lances compared to swords. So you'll be the opportunity to see the long lances with pennants on top.
Cool. Very cool.
Each rider has a horse that they have been basically matched with. They get to know their temperaments, their personalities, their little quirks. You know, our more...
Oh my God. It's like Game of Thrones. It's like House of the Dragon. You get paired up with your own dragon based on your connection. But with horses, right? Is that right? Weren't you thinking that too? Right? Am I alone here? Obviously. Getting paired up with a dragon, horses, it's all the same, but that is really cool.
Skilled in our more talented riders. They are going to be given some of the horses that might have a few more challenges and quirks, but they are well prepared to ride them.
Time now for the official transfer of duties.
Ooh.
The 6 o'clock in the morning they start with their watering and riding the horses, and it goes right up until they lock the gates at 1700 hours. And then after that you still need to take care of the horses, make sure that they're fed and groomed. But yeah, we are going to try and work in some time for the soldiers to be able to enjoy getting to come over here, because it's very unique.
So, specifically, I'd like to know, it doesn't sound like they're going to talk about it, what are they doing? Is this like they're patrolling the area? Because I've seen British Kingsguard where they're like guarding the front of Buckingham Palace or something, or are they just kind of stationed around London, like generally guarding and protecting?
After that, you still need to take care of the horses, make sure that they're fed and groomed.
I mean, he said they're doing this all day from like 6 a.m. to 1700 hours or whatever.
But yeah, we are going to try and work in some time for the soldiers to be able to enjoy getting to come over here, because it's a very unique and a special opportunity for us.
It is.
Tom Sables, BFBS Forces News, London.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this guy. This Canadian King's Life Guard. He's like on his horse. He's keeping the tourists from coming through this door and sieging the palace or any funny business. So, okay. Wow. So you really could say, you know, if the king is home and present in London, maybe in the palace, these Canadian soldiers are literally guarding the king.
More from
Okay. I think there's another video here, right? Yes, okay, here we go. This is another video I wanted to take a little look at. This is someone who was filming while the Canadians were in England, filling in for the King's Life Guard. Let's take a look. This is more, I think, on the ground, candid footage.
Today we are in central London on the Mall. So I've just found out that the press are here to observe an incredible Canadian regiment riding along the Mall. Yes, that's right.
Oh!
The Canadian Army are in town.
There they are!
And the regiment are called Lord Strathcona's Horse Canadian Royal Regiment.
So this is like from the perspective of a British person who's like lives in England and is like, hey, the Canadians are in town.
So the Canadian military are going to be riding their horses down the Mall to horse starts. It's going to be a spectacular sighting, and I cannot wait to share this display with you.
Very cool.
So make sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video. So we're just arriving to Buckingham Palace, everyone. So
It is happening by, you know, I know some things. But it is around Buckingham Palace.
apparently this regiment are based in Edmonton in Alberta.
Oh, there they are. There they
Don't
are.
they look magnificent?
Yeah.
The ceremonial uniform just looks phenomenal.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Oh, and they got the lances. The only thing I'm a little surprised, well, maybe it makes sense. They don't seem to have like they're not wielding any Canadian flags. Maybe are they on the uniform, or, you know, this is a British and English occasion, a royal tradition. They're filling in for the British King's Guard. It makes sense that they don't have a giant Canadian flag, although that would have been kind of cool to see that. But they have their Canadian ceremonial uniforms and hats. Is there a little kid yelling hello? Will somebody say hello to that kid?
This is super rare, everyone. I really do hope you're enjoying today's fantastic sighting.
Wow. That's really cool. This is a long video. You can check out the full video of this in the description. I'll put a link to it. I don't know. Is there? Oh. I'm trying to see if they're like the big moments, because this went on for quite a while, it seems. There they are, marching through London like nobody's business. Oh, that's right. You know, you better believe you don't see stuff like this here in the United States. That's for sure. What's going on here? What's this? Are they gonna fight? Are they gonna have one-on-one combat? Oh. Okay. So they do a lot of like marching and kind of moving around and moving the lances and okay. Huh. Pretty darn cool. Where are they going? Where are you going? What's down there? I would be the worst person to be watching this live. I'm just the guy in the crowd going, "What are they doing? Where are they going? What are they holding? What is that?" Everyone's like, "Shut up." Just enjoy. Anything else here? Now, who are these? These look like different. These aren't the Canadians, are they? No, the Canadians are meeting up with who? There they go again. Okay, well, anyway, it's very cool. It's very long. There's a lot of ceremony, a lot of marching, a lot of yelling. Yeah. I had never heard of Canadian troopers taking over British Horse Guard responsibilities or anything like this, so I thought this would be quite cool to take a look at, and it is. It is cool. It's definitely a part of Canadian and British culture that as an American, I don't get to see this. I don't know about this, so this is really cool. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on these Canadian soldiers filling in as the King Charles Lifeguard in England. Pretty cool stuff. Feel free to leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and learning about Canadian culture and seeing Canadian things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.